Dear Lemurian chanters, here's a third installment to the overtone or harmonic singing techniques. So far, we've gone into the basics of opening the nasal passage, so you sing with airflow through your nose, and twanging, which is making the sound more like this. This was all explained in video number 1, overtone harmonic singing number 1. Video number 2 was all about the deeper harmonics with the parted lips, this technique of I would certainly recommend that you watch the first video, and if you want to know more about the lower overtones, please look at the second video. This video will be about the higher overtones and introduce some new techniques. Some of the levels have got the vowel E in it, and some have got a kind of strange R sound, like as if you say Kermit, Kermit. Kermit is a nice froggy sound that actually helps to make overtones. So if you go R, as if you say bird or Kermit, and just stay on that R sound and feel where your tongue is. This is very essential for this technique. Feel where the tongue is. R. So now if you combine this with everything that we did before, opening the nasal passage and twanging, you get this sound. Now it gets quite subtle and precise. Because we are higher in the overtone range, it means that they are closer together. This is also a fun part to play with if you want to teach yourself how to sing little tunes, how to whistle little tunes with your overtones. You could try to sing any tune in the major scale in this fashion. This is not necessary for the Lemurian choir singing, but it might stimulate you if you're having fun practicing your harmonics, your overtones. So here we go. If you go from the which is basically a real American twangy R sound, towards the E, but very slowly, toward the vowel E. So I go from and I went towards the E and back, as you heard. Now, if you have already some ear for the overtones, you will have heard that something was slowly going up and back down. These are the harmonics, the specific harmonics that go with this technique. Now let's try out some of the harmonics that we actually need on the specific pitches that we will sing in the Lemurian choir. For the red choir, there's a lot of C sharp, which is this pitch. So I was going through them very fast. I will try now to make a slower scale so that you can learn to hear what you're actually listening for. Now I was not even using my nasal cavities, so I was not opening the nasal passage. So now I will go back down the scale and open the nasal passage, and hopefully you will hear them even clearer. I will go up the scale again. I will point with my finger to show when the change in the note is coming. This is excellent practice if you want to be more aware of how the overtones work and where you are. If you are a bit daunted by the prospect of having to sing scales with your overtones, please don't worry, you don't need them for the Lemurian choir. All you need is to have some awareness that you have overtones, and maybe you can tune into the people you are chanting with, so that we are changing the vowels that correspond to the overtones simultaneously. So if I have a E, you could just hear them as vowels too, and apply the techniques singing through the nasal passage and twanging some, so that the overtones will be enhanced while you actually just sing these vowels. Now I will try also to explain now how you can connect one to the other. This is a fun part also, and it's a little bit intricate because we had the lower part was mainly working with the pouting of the lips and the opening of the mouth slowly. If you get to the higher part, you can lift your tongue at the back, which I just did now, so that you go into the R sound. So just have some fun with it all. Explore the shapes of your mouth and how they work and what kind of sounds they produce. I guarantee you that just having it ready in a more muscular memory way will help you once you stand there with the group to distinguish what's happening around you and to tune into it and join that fabulous angelic choir of overtones. A small word about a more spiritual side of the overtones. I have learned from several channeled sources that the overtones, the harmonics, are the bridges to other dimensions. So each tone, each note, each vocal sound, each vowel has implicitly already overtones and harmonics. But as soon as you start using them consciously, you have a great tool to bridge the dimensions. I'm sure that this is why much spiritual music in many cultures incorporate overtones. Think of the didgeridoo of the Aboriginals in Australia. Also, Western Gregorian chant has a strong overtone resonance, and it works a lot with the acoustics of the churches where it is sung. And Indian music also has much overtone resonance. So, this was my information part 3 about the higher overtones and the techniques that go basically. If you want a fun way to practice this, you can also just do a little Jewish harp imitation. You go. Thank you for watching. This was it for now. If you have questions or special video requests, you can find my email address below here. It's marcthelemurian@gmail.com. And as long as time permits, I will be very happy to help you with answering some questions or making special request videos. I will keep the videos coming, so keep an eye out for the new videos. Thank you. Happy chanting.